On today's show, the Dallas Mavericks are not good, but they do have some pieces to start building towards that going forward. We'll talk about that and more. Today's Locked On Mavs.
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
I think that's a good question.
Good morning, Isaac. All these changes, I still got my dog Dwight Powell.
Your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like that.
And welcome. You're locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for 10 years. Thanks for reading every day or making Locked On Mavs your first listen and making the Locked On Podcast Network the #1 sports podcast network out there. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use that code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Joining me, as always, my co-host, media member covering the Mavs for 10 years, right alongside with me, the Miami Heat homie, the one we're thinking, what you got for me, Isaac Harris.
Don't ever associate me with the Heat. I have an underrated snack, candy. Twin snakes.
It's a gummy?
It's a gummy, and it's.
I thought you were just putting 2 gummy worms in your mouth every time you go.
No, it's 2 snakes that are attached. If you're not a YouTube listener or watcher, you're missing out right now. But it's incredible, and one is sweet, one is sour. You eat both the snakes together. Great underrated gummy. Just want to point that out there. It's more important than anything about this game.
We'll talk about the Mavs' loss to the Heat. The Mavs introduce a new player basically into the rotation in the second half. Jason Kidd makes a fascinating decision that we'll talk about. We'll also talk about PJ Washington and his really great game, including the final 2 shots that if they would have gone down, Mavs could have won this game. We'll talk about Cooper Flagg, Max Christie, and more for the Dallas Mavericks. But let's start here. The Mavs are just not good. Their offense is bad. We've gone over this many times. Breaking news. We're just learning this tonight. This is my big takeaway, that the Mavs are bad. This is just a bad team right now. And we're not getting anybody back from injury anytime soon, even though Anthony Davis was doubtful before this game, and then they ended up scratching him. I was very shocked by that he didn't end up playing in this game. The Mavs, though, they do have some pieces. Like, you start to see this defense is pretty for real. This Miami Heat team, yes, they were missing Andrew Wiggins, they're missing Norm Powell, but they got Tyler Hero back. This Heat team had been one of the best offenses in the NBA. They had put up the most points in the NBA this season per game. And the Mavs held them to 106 points, 18% from 3. Like that, I don't think that's just missing a bunch of threes. The Mavs couldn't score themselves until they made the decision with Ryan Nembhard that we'll get to. But we're starting to see that this Mavericks team has they have some pieces of a team that is going to be good. And when they go into next season, I think they'll take some of those pieces and then they'll be good. Then they'll be good when they get Kyrie back and whatever they get for the Anthony Davis trade, whoever they get in the 2026, draft. That's the takeaway I'm taking from this is man, they're so close in so many of these games. Another clutch game that the Mavs lose.
Yes. Another clutch game. They lose. Well, I'll just start with Max. I think to your point that you see some of these guys, and it made me think about conversations we used to have years ago of man, Dorian Finney-Smith, if he wasn't asked to do as much as he is right now, if he was in this defined role player role, then he would be a great role player type of guy. And it's they have some of these pieces. It's just so unfortunate that they don't have the upper guys yet, the 1 and 2 guys. And, you look at a guy like Max, and I think Max Christie is having an incredible season. This team obviously sucks. The record sucks. But if you're looking at some of these pieces that fit around a Cooper Flagg moving forward, you look at a guy like Max, who's literally one of, if not the best corner 3-point shooter in the entire NBA. Tonight he goes 3 for 5 from 3 again, shooting 60% tonight. He is just lighting it up. Everything you want to ask of Max Christie as far as a 3-and-D guy, he's hitting the 3. Now, I do want to offer a correction real quick. The other day I was talking about Max Christie with his future with Dallas, and I was since corrected. Bobby Marks corrected it, and Bobby and I was kidding Bobby Caralla at DLS about it.
How many Bobbies you got over there?
I know. Bobby K and myself, we both got it wrong. I said the other day that the Mavericks might entertain trading Max Christie at some point over the next year because his extension for Dallas could only go at, and I said the other day, the previous rule was 120% at for his next contract. And that would put it around that 13, 14 number. And the way his contract's set up is he wouldn't be restricted. Like he's going to go into unrestricted free agency if he doesn't take the max offer from Dallas, which would have been that 120%. Well, in this new CBA, it's 140%. And that's what I got wrong in that, which ups his annual salary of what Dallas could be able to offer him an extension up to that 17, $18 million range, which I think is where Max probably is. Maybe 20, it would end somewhere in the low 20s in that extension. So I think it makes it way more likely that he would accept a deal like that to stay in Dallas, and you don't want to entertain trades at that point. So anyway, I wanted to correct myself because I was wrong on that percentage, because Max is 22 and he's the type of guys that you want around Cooper Flagg. And I want him around here long term. I love watching Max Christie play basketball this year.
Absolutely. And I think he's one of the pieces. I've been very careful on this and said that I don't think that they should look to trade him. They should be building this next core on Cooper Flagg, Max Christie, Dereck Lively, anything else that they can get. Cooper Flagg is obviously part of that core. And part of the thing that you said earlier is in previous versions of the Mavericks, we'd go, man, it'd be awesome. They have all these great role players. It'd be great if they could have that number one. That number one was not on the roster at that point when we were talking about, because this was before Luka and all that when we would talk about the Mavs. And now the one is on the roster. It's Cooper Flagg, right? He just has to grow into that. And I think we're seeing some of the things that he's struggling with right now and how he's going to take his path to grow to being that number one player. 12 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 turnovers, missed all 4 of his threes, was 5 of 14 from the field, only 2 free throws in the 34 minutes he played. I'm watching Cooper Flagg, and it seems like he needs to be more aggressive. You can kind of tell in the moment he knows he needs to be more aggressive. And then you also see from Cooper Flagg in the final 5 minutes, he comes alive again. It makes good defensive plays and gets to the line and scores again on a drive. And you're just going, man, if only he played the whole game like it was the final 5 minutes of the game. This could be an all-star this season.
He, in the fourth quarter especially, he made so many defensive plays that he just amazes me on the defensive side of the ball. And it's not the sexy part of the game to watch. And you're not clipping all the little small defensive stuff that Cooper's doing on the floor. But that's the impact he has on the defensive side is just unbelievable. And especially in those last 5 minutes in the clutch, it's not just about some of these clutch baskets, which I think he's getting close to 40 clutch points right now.
He was at 38, I think they said.
38. So, he has 38 clutch points. We know that he can score in the clutch, but he's also doing some stuff defensively in the clutch that is just unbelievable. Some of those steals and getting the ball, he's just all over the place. He makes plays. He is a winning type of player. Yes, did I want him to be more aggressive at the end and take that shot instead of passing it to PJ and PJ taking probably a shot he shouldn't have taken, contested 3 there? Yes, of course I wanted Cooper to be more aggressive there. And that's stuff that I think will just come over time, right? He's going to get more comfortable with that. He's going to be more confident in that and go and take that. So, the past few games have not been the best of games for Cooper. I wrote down at one point, I should not ask myself if Cooper's on the floor. Yeah. Because he kind of, right now, the past 2 games, there's been times where he's just getting cardio in, and he's just too good of a player to just be getting cardio in. We gotta know, Cooper's on the floor right now because he's making it, taking advantage of it offensively and all of that.
The Mavs don't have nearly enough options for him to be not a factor on the floor. I also think he's at 40 clutch points because he's at 36 before tonight. He had the 2 free throws and he had the drive and the finish. And so I think he's at 40 now, and that would put him. Sweet. I don't know what James Harden did tonight, but that would put him top 4 in clutch points total this season, which is wild. It's SGA, Maxey, Cade Cunningham has 40, and Cooper Flagg. So it's tied for 3rd, actually, in the NBA. It's just wild. So you look at him, what he's doing defensively, what he's doing in the clutch. You look at Max Christie, and then you look at a guy like PJ, I think is part of that, could be part of that core going forward because he's still young enough to have some years here with the Mavericks. And then you look at Ryan Nembhard, and Ryan Nembhard, I think, has has a little something that the Mavs could use this season. And we'll talk about if they could use in the rest of this year coming up next. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by Robinhood. Nobody knows your money goals better than you. Robinhood puts you in control of your money with tools that work as hard as you do, locking in on every opening, beating your PR, beating it again. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control of your money. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. You can now build and execute your own trades from a desktop with Robinhood's Legends Advanced tools, or take advantage of the new Robinhood strategies with a tailored portfolio managed by a team of experts. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. It's your money, your move. Also brought to you by Drip Drop. When I'm hydrated, everything's working better. It's like Ryan Nembhard making the Mavs offense work with the passing. It's like, that's what water does to your system. My focus, energy, mood, even my skin is better. That's why I'm using Drip Drop, because with Drip Drop, it isn't your average sports drink. It delivers 3 times the electrolytes and half the sugar of leading brands using a science-backed formula trusted by medical professionals, firefighters, and over 90% of top colleges and pro teams. Drip Drop is just a little packet, and you put it into 8 ounces of water, and boom, it's awesome. Some of the flavors that I've had are awesome as well. I love the pack that I got. Right now, Drip Drop is offering podcast listeners 20% off your first order. That's 20% off at dripdrop.com. Use the promo code LOCKEDONNBA, all one word, LOCKEDONNBA, dripdrop.com for 20% off. Stock up now before the heat hits hard, and keep your body and mind performing at their best with Drip Drop.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad, listening every day. We appreciate each and every one of you for checking out the show. The Raccoon Squad is what we call our listeners. Everybody who listens to the show every day. We'll have a show for you every day throughout this week, even Thanksgiving and all that. We'll be here for you covering the Dallas Mavericks. They got 3 days off now, so we got a lot of stuff we'll get into and talk
We don't have 3 days off.
That's correct.
That's 3 days worth of pods.
That's correct. We will not stop here on Locked On Mavs, so subscribe wherever you're listening and watching this. All right, Isaac, let's get into this game. So we talked about Cooper Flagg, talked about Max Christie a little bit, and Ryan Nembhard is kind of like one of the bigger stories of this game to me, because he didn't play at all in the first half, and he's been out with this knee sprain for a while. The Mavs have not had him available. I've been kind of asking, where's Ryan Nembhard? Where, the Mavericks could use a guard. They could use somebody. And so Jason Kidd puts him in the second half, and he plays 17 minutes in that second half. D'Angelo Russell plays 0 minutes in the second half. Jaden Hardy doesn't play in the second half. And even Brandon Williams didn't play that much in the second half. Ryan Nembhard was even closing the game. Brandon Williams played 6 minutes in the second half. And so Jason Kidd just went all Ryan Nembhard, decided this is what we need. The Heat were going zone on the Mavericks a lot, and so they needed somebody to break that zone with some passing and things like that. And I thought what Ryan Nembhard introduced to this Mavs offense was incredible. A player that can dribble and pass and do those things at the same time. Like, he got 7 assists in this game. Was a +9. It was 1 of 7 from the field, but he's just getting introduced into this game. But I thought what he brought is just like, it was like a breath of fresh air.
I mean, honestly, it's the concept of like what he brings as a player that we've just been like dying for. It's like we're just stuck in the desert, just like looking for water. It's like playmaking. Someone kick dribble, please.
We're like SpongeBob. Water.
and that's the thing. It's like, it's kind of like when they used to have Josh Green and they were so desperate for energy, and
athletes. You're just like,
and
so
like Josh
quick.
Green got on the floor and like, whoa, like look at that athleticism. And that's how it felt like watching Nembhard tonight. And you tweeted out about like, not caring about his defense. You're like, I don't care about his defense now. Well, I don't think they should care either, because they're not winning games, and it doesn't matter. Like, please put out some enjoyable product on offense. And you just saw how much things opened up at times when, Kidd just rolled with him there in the fourth, and he's had like a knee thing. He's been like unavailable in these games and stuff, but then bam, he was available in this game, and then getting a lot of run there in the fourth. And I want to see more of him. Like, let him go out there and run some offense. Some of his passes, the oop that Coop missed. Oh my gosh, how fun was that? I mean, it looked a little Luka-ish, that oop. That Nembhard threw
the catch. The pass. Sorry,
a little too high up there for Luka on the catch. But no, just that. I mean, it was just he knows. Obviously, he's played point guard forever. Another Montverde guy, and just is set up these these superstar type of players for so long. And yeah, man, he was just a lot of fun out there. Got a lot of people involved. A lot of open shots. He's so quick. He was even being aggressive with his shot a little bit too. His outside shot it's kind of rough, but just let him go out there and just set things up. That's all I'm asking right now.
They just need a passer. Like the Mavs just need oil to this offense. Just so badly. And D'Angelo Russell's obviously not bringing that. Brandon Williams is doing that with his drives. Like he had some pretty good, the quick first step drives and finishes today. He hit a 3 and had 2 other buckets that I thought were good, but 7 points. Didn't have any assists.
I mean, this is
play a lot, but the Mavs just don't have, like, these are not good options we're talking through.
But that's the thing. It's like this is common sense, obviously, but like you just got to have somebody that can break down the defense to get into the paint, like somebody that can go 1-on-1 with their defender, touch the paint, draw another defender, and you're kicking it out immediately. And they're really the only 2 guys that have the speed to do it. And I mean, Nembhard's a 2-way guy, so it just shows you the roster construction was just it was so flawed of how Nico built this thing, and just so undervalued, underestimated, having guys on the floor that can dribble and play make.
The margins for error for this team were so big, or so, I guess, so small, if you put it that way. They're so small for this team to actually be good. Like all the scenarios we talked about in the offseason, I'm like, man, okay, this team could be good if this. Like it depended on Anthony Davis being healthy. He's missed now 14 games this season. It depended on.
What's crazy is they've been pretty dang good defensively, and AD's not even playing.
Right. Well, they needed Anthony Davis offense more than they needed his defense, really, which is weird. But there's just so many little things. D'Angelo Russell had to be playable and good for the Mavs to also be good, and that has not bared itself out so far this season, except for some games he's been pretty good. And this game was just another one where Jason Kidd goes, you know what? I think we can get something better with this 2-way guy, and they put Nembhard in.
It's kind of like what you need. It's like D'Lo gives you some spark plug offense sometimes, and the better scorer of the 3. But sometimes you need a guy out there that can break down the defense and just get people open shots. Like even at the end of the game there, where not the contested 3 that PJ took, the one before that he missed in the corner. I think Klay probably should have taken that 3 before he passed it to PJ there. But these are open 3s that are getting created, and as much as we can create open shots, let's do that, because I can't watch one of those first quarters again. I mean, I was trying to think of things I would rather watch I think I would rather watch like old reruns of The Shop on HBO with LeBron talking about whatever than watch that offense in the first quarter.
Would you watch Thor: The Dark World again instead of that?
I think I would watch Aquaman again. And I think Aquaman's one of the worst like superhero movies of all time. It is so bad. I would watch that 3 times in a row before, if you told me, hey, you don't have to see this Mavs like first quarter offense that we saw.
PJ hit a 3 at the buzzer to make it 19-20. The Mavs would have scored 16 points in that quarter if PJ doesn't hit that 3.
I've stopped tracking the quarters they hit 30. Because it's going to be a really sad number by the end of the year. What?
There was one tonight. Second.
No, I mean like for the whole season.
The fourth quarter they did tonight.
Yeah, they hit 30 exactly. It's just it's getting it's pretty tough.
That is
a really bad offense. And got a point again to Nico's roster building and his ways of thinking with winning basketball. Going into this game, I don't know what they'll be after tonight. Going into this game, the Mavericks are they were 3rd in defensive rating.
Yeah,
in the NBA. What's their record again? They're 5-12. So defense wins you those championships. Defense wins you those championships, though.
I mean, but you got to get there first.
No, I'm trying to say it's like, dude, you're one of the best defensive teams in the league, and you only have 5 wins. Like,
Can't even win games.
It's not everything. I don't know.
Absolutely. Are you ready for my playoff stat?
I was disappointed you didn't give it to me the other night in person.
106 teams have started 5-14 or worse. 5-14 or worse since 2000. 106 teams. You ready for how many have made the playoffs?
Oh, I'm so ready.
6.
Ooh.
That's 4.7%.
Yeah, but tell me when that number's down to 1.8%.
6. Hey, once it does, then we'll know. Hey, that's the Doctor Strange, the one chance. Coming up, the end of this game. So many things to like just walk through. Let's just walk through some of the plays at the end of this game because decisions were made, things happened, and man, so many different ways this game could have gone. We'll get into that and more. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONNBA because you want to get $20 off your first purchase with Game Time. You need to use it for all kinds of things: comedy, theater, shows, different things like that. If you watched Wicked, the Wicked show is coming to Fair Park. I know that this spring, so you want to use Game Time to go get your tickets to that and all kinds of other things. You can also use it for NBA tickets, fast, easy, and stress-free. You see exactly where you're going to sit, and you'll see exactly what the price is up front because they don't hide any of those fees like that. You can even get NBA tickets for under $25. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use this code. It's Locked On NBA, all one word, Locked On NBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. That's code LOCKEDON NBA for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
All right, Isaac, talking about the Mavs lost to the Miami Heat. Just like the Mavs' whole season is one of the worst offensive games of the year, and the Mavs nearly come away with it to get the win. Just like, what a weird season this has been so far for this team.
Yeah, weird is a way to describe it. Why was Spo so mad tonight? I felt like he was pissed the entire game.
He was real mad about stuff. He was real mad about what was the one that I wrote down in my notes, my copious notes that I took for this game.
Can you tell me when Hawkes checked out every time?
Fourth quarter, Jaime Hawkes checked out. Fourth quarter, the PJ verticality play where he had that block on the way down, like he went straight
Drew Smith,
up on Drew Smith, blocked it on the way down. Then he got the alley-oop from Max Christie in transition. Spo was furious on that play. He was like out in the half court, and he was so mad. And I was like,
that was when Drew Smith kind of broke Nembhard.
Yeah, but also the PJ play was awesome. That was an incredible
it was
play.
awesome.
Like that gave me so much life right there. That was
volleyball spike on that. Spo was like, y'all better not lose to this team, all right? He's so pissed. Speaking about people that are pissed, Klay is just unhinged right now, all right?
Yeah, there's a lot of Klay.
Klay is just out off the charts, all right? I don't know who he pointed to. They said it was Wiggins on the broadcast, but I think Wiggins was kind of just like smirking. I want to say it was the fan behind him. I don't know.
So he gets this tech. He points at the bench after he makes a three with 8:45 left in the third quarter. He gets a technical on by pointing to either somebody on the bench. Yeah, the broadcast thought it was Wiggins, which Wiggins used to be a teammate of Klay's, but just pointing and saying something to the bench does not seem like it should be a technical thing. So they should tell us what he said.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand some of the what's allowed and what's not towards benches because there's so much stuff that's said to those corner three guys on the bench, and players turn around and say stuff to them all the time. I mean, it feels like players do the machine gun celebration half the time. But Klay
Bridges used to just like unload the clip at the bench every time he hit a three.
Yeah, he has like an Uzi, and Klay can't even like point at somebody. And I was like, I thought it was a weak tech, but I don't know. But Klay's just feeling it right now. I was like, I don't give a crap right now.
It made me realize how few techs the Mavs have actually had this season, though. Like, how many techs have the Mavs had? There's been like I think Naji's had like 2. I think PJ has 1.
I mean, Klay has how many of them?
A couple. Towards the end of this game, there are some wild plays, and so Flagg with a minute left drives right at Kel'el Ware, gets the scoop foul, hits both free throws. I think it's just notable that he's just so clutch. Hit both those free throws to tie the game at 102. I mean, his clutch play has just been awesome. He also had the play at 2:46 against the 2-3 zone where he catches the ball at the nail layup and he almost misses the pass. Nembhard hits him right in the middle of the zone, and he misses the pass almost, and then he grabs it, turns around, gets to the rim. Like, just the clutch plays from him are amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's getting the nickname right now. So about his play in the clutch, and I saw one of my favorite people to follow online is Van Lathan, and he tweeted out as soon as the game ended, he's like, Cooper didn't want to take that shot at the end of the game. I was like, nah, I don't know. He should have taken it, but I don't think it. I think he's just trying to make the basketball play. I have zero parts of me that thinks that Cooper's like scared of a moment. Like he doesn't.
I honestly think it's his thumb thing. We haven't talked a lot about his thumb. He's been on the injury report every single game for the last 5 or 6 games with this thumb sprain. He still has that bandage, that splint on it or whatever. Yeah. And I don't think he wants to go right because he's been finishing left. Even that layup that I just talked about was on the left side. Feels like he's been finishing left more, going left more. And we keep saying, man, he's really wants to finish with his left. It's like, I don't know if he wants to go right now with that. I think it's also affecting his 3-point shot. What is he, 4 of 20 in his last 6 games or something like that from 3?
420, yeah.
And I think that thumb injury may be bothering him more than we've even acknowledged, because it can't be comfortable. It's on his right hand, his shooting hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly don't know how bad the thumb thing is. We've talked about it multiple times. At some point, they're going to probably work on some of the form and consistency of his shot, and that will happen over the next year or so. But I'm not. Yeah, Cooper's the rookie of the year, and he just impacts the game. You got to watch Cooper play ball to understand his. He's not just a counting stat guy, which we said this before the season even started. Cooper's not a 37-point, game guy, and you're seeing he's leading the league in scoring and all this stuff. He is going to impact both ends of the floor, and I just found myself shaking my head sometimes. I'm like, dude, he got his hand on the ball again. Cooper's the one who got that steal or knocked it out, and somebody else got it and took off running. I'm like, how are you impacting all the plays out there? But he's a lot of fun.
PJ, the inbounds pass with 40 seconds left right to Bam Adebayo. Oof.
I don't understand that one at all from what PJ was thinking, because I get Nembhard was in the corner, but Nembhard is also 4'8", and he was trying to throw the ball over Gafford and Bam. And I'm like, all right, even if it did get past Bam, it's hitting somebody in the audience. So
you would need to throw it straight up and straight back down. You just needed.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what that was, but
that was a tough one. And then that was a very weird play. Max had to step out of bounds on the sidelines with 1:37 left. That was a tough mistake too. It's just young team, and team that, I don't know, it doesn't have the one star like we've been saying over and over again that can kind of put everything all together and put them in place.
Yeah. I always get mad when a ref calls that, because I'm like, I know it's part of their job and they're trained to look at that. But I'm like, dang, if I was a ref, I would not be looking down at his back heel as the play's going on. I'm like, I guess you've seen it. Does this happen more often than not? Or is this, you're just like, hey, you got clothes? But sure, go for it.
Does it give Christie that much of an advantage? If he,
It does.
That his foot was a half inch out of bounds. He got to put his foot that much farther back.
Yeah.
Do you take anything from the Mavs being in this many clutch games? They've played the most clutch games in the NBA.
I mean, I think it shows you that they have some pieces that they're not like the Nets, to where the Nets could probably, if you ask them, hey, would you swap out your whole entire roster for a new deck of cards? They might do it. And because but Dallas isn't that. I don't want to sit here and say, hey, Dallas just isn't far. They're so close or whatever. They have some things that they need to fix, but going full circle to our conversation at the beginning, they have some really good guys on their team, some good pieces for a good basketball team. It's just those top guys on the roster you just got to have. And I think that's what's telling about it is there's so many clutch games. They're losing so many of these clutch games. They're in a lot of these games. At least these are fun. They're going to lose more games this year. And probably have one of the like worst records, not like the worst, but a bottom 10 record in the league. But I think it's still going to be like a lot of fun basketball like we had tonight.
Yeah. Hopefully you get more fourth quarters like that, because the rest of this game was not exactly that fun, but the fourth quarter was.
Hopefully Rozier didn't bet on the Mavs.
Mavs have 10 clutch losses. The team with the next most clutch losses is, or how many do they have? Because 4 teams have this many.
Ooh, they have 6.
6 is the next.
Really?
Mavs have 4 more clutch losses than anybody else in the NBA. Some teams haven't even played. Like the Hornets have played 5 clutch games. The Nuggets have played 5 clutch games. The Timberwolves have played 5 clutch games. The Mavs have 4 more clutch losses than anybody else in the NBA.
Yeah, that's why. Not to burst
They're just
the
in
bubble.
these games. They just can't close them.
Not to burst the bubble for people who are really using the stat a lot. That's why I don't really care about. I care. I don't put a lot of weight into like total clutch points of like Cooper's got this amount of total clutch points, because it's like, okay, give me like the average, give me some percentages in clutch. Like I like those type of things, but because Steph is probably the most clutch player right now, you'd say, and just because a Mo Williams has more clutch points than Steph, then that doesn't mean I'd take him in the clutch. But
did Mo Williams and Steph play at the same time? That would be actually.
I think so.
I just think that he keeps racking up clutch points. Yes, he's played a ton. I just think it's impressive that he's getting it done at all in the clutch and honestly scoring more points in the clutch than he does in mundane moments of the game.
And getting to the basket. That's what he was doing a little bit there, or that one bucket he got in the clutch is.
And the free throws where he got fouled.
Yeah, it's like he's getting into the lane. He's not these clutch points isn't coming up. Feels like anytime you say this, it feels like someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you're taking a shot at Luka." It's not that at all. Because I would say it's not like he's settling for step back shots, 30 feet from the rim. He's getting to the basket. He's using his body. He's already driving. He should have drove.
That's the only thing I can.
Now it's like he should have shot it. He should have shot it. But no,
everything's the same. It's just different.
I'm so impressed with him. And shout out to Ted filling in for Followell tonight. Ted, acted like he was calling a World Cup final, and the energy, him and Devin's done a really good job this year too. I thought Devin's been awesome this year.
This is the problem though with us hyping up Followell so much that now the world knows, and now Followell's getting these national games, and now we're gonna have less Followell on Mavs broadcasts. And as much as I love Followell, a friend of the show, I just need him on Mavs game.
Get away from him.
Yeah, leave
He's
him
ours.
be. He's fine. Leave him on Mavs games.
Unless it's soccer. I think he likes that more than
Well, that's
basketball.
off. Then you can do off season, and he's done college football and stuff before too. But yeah, let him leave him for the Mavs.
Real quick, one more thing for the Heat. Man, Khalil Ware is really good.
He played a really good game tonight.
Yeah, I loved his game. He hit 3 threes also. 20 and 18 in this game. He's a monster. Just watching him makes me think when we were having the AD Miami thing of like, oh, I wonder if Miami would be interested in AD and stuff. They're not putting Khalil Ware in a deal like that. So
shout out to Miami, who's the 3rd best defense in the NBA on cleaning the glass, the 11th best offense, and they're just now added Tyler Hero, who's an all-star last year. That team is,
I suppose, such a good coach. Man.
Incredible. Wow, that is going to be a team to watch. So I'm Locked On NBA tonight, so go listen to that after this, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs. We'll be here tomorrow with another episode and some more all throughout the week. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs.
Peace out.
Boom. Come back, Follow.